kick you out if she ever knew about all the you tell me that you do. Dirty, dirty boy. You know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been and how you don't know how to keep your business clean. Mommy don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. He sat back while she's dropping it. She be popping it, yeah, she put it down slowly. Oh, we go, he left his kids at home. We go, so he can get that. Mommy don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy.
On everybody, it's Ross Ramsey here with RP Elite Motors and Marine. You can probably see behind me today is a big day. I'm here in Douglas, Michigan at Skater Powerboats, and I'm here to look at the final product of our 2024 Skater 368 Elite Series number uno. Let's do a walk around. Let's look at this boat, talk about the details of the paint and what we're looking at. I'm thoroughly impressed with this. The first thing on the paint is I love how bright this white is. It's not a dull or a flat white. It's almost like an alpine white. It has a lot of flake in it. I love that. If you step back, exactly what we were going for on the lines. Every single line hits extremely hard, and all that is doing is creating a flow to the boat. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little weird when it comes to the details of the paint, but probably my favorite part of this paint is this floating line right here, and it's just little stuff like that that I appreciate when building these boats. But the Schultes, Steve, the painters here at Skater, they went ahead and added this, and I absolutely love how it's breaking up the paint a little bit, and then it comes in and hits down here again. This boat is going from whites to silvers to blues to purple to purple. It even has a flare of a maroon orange in it. You can see all the shadowing of filler right here, and it runs up. Just tremendous. There's no orange peel in this paint. I'm telling you right now, the Schultes, they can paint, and the quality is top notch. Let's come up here. If you've been following this build, you already knew that we did a red bottom, but now you can see truly how the red bottom contrast. I want to show the light hitting on that red. So it's a bright red when the light's on it, and then Matt, you can come here and then show the tone down with no light on it. It's kind of going to a darker red, maybe even just a hint of maroon. Absolutely killer. This Elite Series is sitting on a 24 model Skater steel flat trailer, triple axle, and then you get to the stern of the boat, which is my favorite. This Bustle, I think, is killer. So it's roughly 4 foot. You can see I did not get the privilege to run this boat before it goes to its new owner. Tony did. Says it runs flawlessly. The CG of the boat is absolutely spot on. It's not a hoppy boat. It's very planted, very well balanced and weighted. This Bustle, as you can see, it all rolls in now. You've probably already seen the videos in the past. All gloss black that we did right there on the transom. Black tie bar, M6 drives, black exhaust. That's almost like an electric blue, you know, that hits in there. Just little details like that. You got blue, a blue pinstripe that kind of comes in right there to break the white to the black, and then the big pinstripe down. The Bustle right there. And even these right here, we were going to bring these back and make it very flush, but I loved adding the knob, so to speak, just to bring it more of an angle to give the 3D illusion. You got to get the money shot where you step back and you see the girth of those hatches fitting those beautiful Devil Eye Red QC4 1100s. I can already see hints of red hitting in the boat. That's already hitting my eye to the red on the exterior paint, and under the tunnel right here, the transom. I couldn't be happier. For this boat to be the Elite Series #1 is a big achievement for myself and RP Elite and our family. We are family owned, as you know, so this was a big deal right here. This was honestly going to be my personal boat. Life happens, stuff happens, and hell, it all worked out for the better. This is going to Utah tomorrow to the new owner, Jim Miller. Probably saw that right up on Speed on the Water, Matt Trulio. Now me and my family have 3D8 Pure Platinum, which we are just in love with. So everything worked out. This is going to a great home, a longtime Skater owner. And if you're watching this video and you're debating on if you want to build a Skater, I have 4 right now in the factory. Jim here, he actually was building a 368 and he saw this getting rigged, and Tony called me and Jim wanted it. So I actually took Jim's 368 on trade. So we have a brand new 368 in there. No, it is not done. It is popped from the mold and it is ready to get decked and bustled, shear cut, cockpit, interior, power, and that can be your boat, okay? So reach out to me, reach out to Ryan, Matt, the whole team at RP Elite. We can get you put in one of these, all right? So let's go on the inside and let me show you what we got. All right, guys, we're in the cockpit now of the Elite Series 368. Wanted to show what's going on here. So I'm sure if you've been following the videos of this build, this is a 6-man receiver widened, and you can see the length here. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", and I could definitely lay down and some on the floor. So this is an 8-seat configuration. These are 19-inch wide backs up front, 4 of them. You have your buckets in the rear. You can see with the cockpit widened, the width of that step, which is almost about 12 inches. I think it's 10 inches to be exact. So you have a double teardrop step coming in, very spacious right here. That's one thing when we were building this boat, I did not want to be very crammed together. I wanted to have the room. Obviously, we're not racing, we are pleasure boating, so coolers, luggage, towels, cleaning products, the whole 9, plenty of storage. The next thing that you'll notice right here, this is the center console that we decided to go with. We slimmed it up. You can see we brought the helm in to get the width. Love the step here. That was the main design, was to, if I'm the captain of the boat, I'm stepping here, I'm then stepping in front of here. No seats have been stepped on, and then boom, I'm sitting in the captain's chair ready to captain the boat. Mercury DTS throttles, our switch panel, Garmin flush screen. This boat is a dual helm. What that means is right now I'm set up to drive here, throttle there. We can pop this off and basically flip it, steer there, and still throttle. Keep our throttles in the central point. The next thing that I absolutely love on this boat is the CNC. I don't know what you're going to be able to pick up on this video, but with the sun hitting this, the drop shadowing of the swirls in the paint, they absolutely come off exactly how I thought they would. So, you know, we're running it over our speaker in the rear, side panels, all up to the front of the cockpit, over our front jail speaker there, and we have them in our front speakers up there under the dash. Okay, another thing that this boat has that I think is very cool and very user-friendly is we do have USB charging outlets. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 on the dash. So there's 6 charging outlets throughout the boat for the passengers, captain, co-captain, and then we have our Mercury Smart Crafts flush mounted on the sides. You can see right here, all of our AC vents black, and I was just looking at that, and that's blowing a very nice stream of air right there to keep cool. And then obviously when you come up here to the dash pad, you can see this boat is a very straight edge boat, meaning a lot of hard lines from the side panels to the dash. I love how we came here and did that beautiful bend to give it some contrast, to really hit your eye and show some luxury. So we got Skater inlaid up top with the Elite Series and Burple below it. I thought that was a great touch. Trim indicators, gloss black for your drives. Let's move right here. This right here is a feature that comes standard on all new Skater models. This is what I call the toolbox area. You can see our hatch right here, battery charger back there, Perco switches, trim pumps, very good access, and it's also storage. So cooler, tools, towels, fenders, rope, you can put right here, and all you got to do is lean over. You don't have to always walk to the front of the bow. All right, and speaking of front of the bow, I got ahead of myself. So you can see right now I'm standing on the side of the boat, and that was a big deal for me. I wanted to widen the cockpit, but yet I wanted to have access, you know, to walk around, whether it's hold the windshield or just walk freely around the boat to get to the front hatch, to get to the deck, tie ropes or anything like that, and obviously to get back in the boat. Okay, so that was probably my biggest concern. I did not want to widen this to the point of we were down 2 inches walking around, which is a liability, and someone can get hurt or fall in, and I don't want that. So you can see I roughly have about, I'm going to say 10 to 12 inches of walking completely around the cockpit, and this is an 8-seater. All right, so now let's move to the engine bay. This boat is a QC4 1100 package. The motors are a Devil Eye red. The engine bay is sprayed in a gloss black finish. Your tails are black as well. We have different accessories throughout the engine bay that are red or black, so it has great contrast, and I love how we went. I was debating doing the paint scheme wrapped around to the inside of the hatch, but I wanted to keep black to black and red in the middle to have some eye candy to look at those beautiful QC4 1100s. So on the hatches, I thought that this was a great design. This is basically a low pro cowling. Reason being, we had hatches templated and getting ready to get made for this boat, and it turned out that the motors were still hitting the hatch. It was not going to work. So we went back to the drawing board, and I wanted as low pros hatches as we could get on this boat, and as you can see, we made them very wide. When you're dealing with the QC4 package with the twin turbos and the wastegates. They're very wide, so we went with a scoop, but a very mild scoop and very wide. And when we get on the ground, you can see the girth that these hatches have, and it has a very, very nice beefy stance for this 368. Of course, we have black cleats all the way around, and couldn't be happier with this turnout on this boat. This is great.